Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DFS experience for Sunday, November 27th. We have a 5 game slate on DraftKings and a 6 game slate on FanDuel. It's going to be a busy slate, a lot of injuries. You're going to have to pay attention. I can tell you that right off top. It's going to be very tricky, being that football is going to be on. So, like, if you're not going to be able to pay attention and really dig in to your NBA lineups, don't play because you're gonna lose. We're starting with DraftKings. We're starting with Luka Magic, 12-7. Fine value, play him. John Morant, fine value, play him. Mitchell, he's gonna play against Detroit. Absolute blowout risk. Um, but it's the chance you got to take. If you play many lineups, throw him in one. Him and Garland. Who peeds in the pod? You know what I'm saying? They're differentiated by $300. Um, they get fantasy points different ways, but they're going to give you about the same production on any given night. But there is blowout risk. So you know, don't play if you're playing 5 lineups. Play one in one lineup, one in the other. If you're playing 10 lineups, you want to play both in one lineup because you figure they blow them out. They're having good games. Anything's possible. Just don't put all your eggs in one basket. Melton 7,600. Melton looks expensive, but he's really not. He gets a lot of steals. Steals alone, especially on FanDuel, mean a lot. So um, don't don't overlook Melton because he looks pricey. Especially the matchup against Orlando. He's in play. Brunson's in play. If Brunson can't go, then you're gonna have to pay attention to the starting lineup. True Holiday price has come down a little bit. It looks appropriate. Fire him up. Shake Milton, absolutely in play. If Joel Embiid comes back, then Milton is still in play. He's not as great as a play, but if Embiid is out, then Milton is a very good play. Dinwiddie's an okay play at 6'4". Suggs, if he plays, he's an okay play. Fultz, not interested in Fultz. If they're both active, I don't like either. Um, Smart is in play. There's no Tatum. Killian Hayes, last minute. You know, He's not the greatest player in the world, but 5,600. If that's your last man in, Listen, it's not the worst player in the world. Derek White's in play. No Tatum. Brogdon's in play. No Tatum. Alec Burks. Alec Burks is a little pricey. Pay attention to. Let's see if Detroit has any. Yeah, they do have questionable. They have. Okay, we know about Cunningham. I think they have Ivy's questionable and Bogdanovich is questionable. And Bay. Stewart's questionable. All right, well, pay attention to who's in and who's out. And if the wings on Detroit can't go, you fire up Alec Burks. You guys know what to do. Um, Alec Burks quickly. If Brunson can't go, keep your eye on quickly. Carter, I don't need. Monte Morris, I never need. We don't need. I don't need Saban Lee. Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose, we never need also. Let's go to shooting guard. Bradley Beal, 8,600 is in play. Jaylen Brown is going to be in. If I'm playing 5 lineups, he'll be in 2 or 3 of them with no Tatum. Dylan Brooks looks a little spicy at 6,900. He's still in play. Franz Wagner's in play. No Jaden Ivey. You go to Burks. We know that. Conchar, we don't need at 5,600, but if you're playing 10 lineups, you could throw him at 1. Levert, you want to take a shot, throw him at 1. Grayson Allen, we don't need. Kispert at 4,200. risky play. You could take a chance. Quentin Grimes, if there's no Brunson and he starts again, you could take a shot at 4,100, no problem. Cam Reddish, if Quentin Grimes starts, you want to take a shot on Cam Reddish off the bench. I mean, it's a play. You never know. You take a shot. You play in many lineups, you could take a lot of chances. The rest of these guys, I don't really need down here. So let's go to small forward. Banchero. I'll wait for his price to drop just a little bit before I start playing him again. You're going to need exactly 40 fantasy points just to be safe. You're looking for like 48 fantasy points. I don't know. It's not. He's not a bad play, but him just coming back off of injury and dropping like what is it 20 wait, yeah, 29 fantasy points in his last game. He only took 12 shots. You know that I don't like. I don't like my star taking 12 shots. If I'm paying 8K for someone, you better be taking 20 shots. Now I'm sure his shots will go up. You know what I'm saying? Wendell Carter, I would like to be out. Um, Bol is listen. There's a lot going on in that Orlando um front court, so just pay attention to news. You'll play many lineups. You could throw Ben Curry in one. Harris, there's no Embiid. He gets a bump. If Embiid is in, he's an okay play. He looks expensive, but he's an okay play. If Middleton is back, I don't need him. I don't need him on his first game back. If Bojan is out, we know what to do. If Brunson is out, Barry gets a bump. I'm not interested in Okiki at 5,200. Abdia, I'm not really interested in. He's been playing better, but I'm not interested in him right now. Um, Finney, Finney Smith, I have to be absolutely desperate to play Finney Smith. The rest of these guys down here, I don't need right now. Power forward, Giannis, 12-4, find value and play him. Kuzma 8-2 with Bradley Beal in and Porzingis in. That's kind of tough. Randall, no Brunson. Randall gets a bump. Mobley, he's overpriced to be playing with the uses hogs that he has in Cleveland, but you want to take a shot, you could take a shot. Bol, I prefer to be no Wendell Carter to play Bol at 7,200. You're gonna have Banchero back, potentially Wendell Carter, and then you're gonna have Bol at 7,200 with Mo Bamba coming off the bench. Looking for his shots and rebounds and blocks. So it's a little bit tricky. Like I said, Orlando front court is tough. Jared Jackson is in play, too cheap. Too cheap for his ceiling. Bobby Portis is in play. If Isaiah Stewart is in, he's in play because they're going to need him. Not interested in in Aldama, Yang, Grant Williams. You're playing many lineups. You can throw him in one and pray to God you get lucky. Brandon Clark, we probably don't need. Not a bad play, but we just probably don't need him. Jetty, you want to take a shot at Jetty if there's no Levert? Go on ahead. PJ Tucker, absolutely not. People that recommend PJ Tucker to fantasy players, they should be like, I'm just say that's not a good thing to do to recommend to fantasy players to play PJ Tucker. I've seen people been doing that, and that's crazy to me. But I'm gonna mind my business. Um, Sims, Bullock, Knox. We don't need any of these guys right now. Obi Toppin, you want to take a shot on? You could take a shot on. And that's about it for now. None of these guys are worth talking about at this moment. Let's go to center. And B, if he's in, great. If he's not in, then Melton, Harris all get bumps. You know that. Porzingis is Beal and Kuzma are healthy. Porzingis is not a bad play, but he needs a lot to break his way. He needs a lot of blocks to pay that off with Bill and Kuzma taking shots. Wendell Carter, if Wendell Carter is in, he's in play. If he's not in play, Bobo gets a bump. Banchero gets a bump. Believe it or not, Mo Bamba gets a bump. Jared Allen, if there's nowhere Jared Allen, um, Mobley gets a bump. Mobley gets a bump. Jetty gets a bump. If there is, let me see, is Kevin Love playing? Kevin Love is out. So Jetty does get a bump. Jetty, Mobley. Let's see who else. Yeah. I guess Dean Wade gets a little bit of a bump, but not that important. So the two guys you'll focus on, if there's no Jared Allen, is Mobley, and Jetty's already getting a bump with no Lamar Stevens, and he'll get a bigger bump if there's no Levert. So quite a lot to remember, but you'll figure it out. Where are we? So we are at. Okay, so Christian Wood, I don't think so. I mean, his price came down a little bit. Not the worst price in the world. I just don't need him. Or Lopez, I don't need him either. But you play him any line if you could take shots on these guys. Mobamba, you know what to do. If there's no Wendell Carter, he's probably going to start. You could play him in some lineups. Don't go too crazy. Al Horford, you could take a shot on Al Horford with no Tatum. Steven Adams, I'd rather take a shot on Steven Adams at 5,300. Like he really has to go out his way to disappoint you at 5,300. So I like that. Marvin Bagley, he's a failure. I don't care what he does, he's a failure. Um, Mitchell Robinson can't complete a game. Paul Reed, you could take a shot on Paul Reed if there's no Embiid. He is pricey, but he does a lot to pay off his salary. Harrell, you want to pivot off of Reed, you could play Harrell. Hartenstein, I'm not interested in. Jalen Duren, you could take a shot on in case Bagley gets himself in foul trouble. And I think that's it for DraftKings. So let me pick up 5 guys and let me get out of here. I think I like Steven Adams. I did like Steven Adams on FanDuel. I like him on DraftKings also. I'm gonna say this. Look, I really would like to say I like Mo Bamba, but I don't because of Bobo and because of Banchero. I can't do it. Like if there was no Carter, I can't do it. It's too clunky, as far as fantasy points wise in that Orlando front court. Like that's really an issue. All those guys got to get theirs. You know what I'm saying? Um, so let's stay out of there. Let's go to Steven Adams, save some salary, because we got to pick up Jaylen Brown anyway. So let's come to point guard. Let's see if there's anybody down here that we need. Melton is 7. Let's pick a Milton. Now all of this is there's no Embiid. If there's no Embiid, I want to play. I want to play Milton. You could play Milton or you could play Smart. Let's pick up Milton. If there's no Embiid, let's pick up Smart at 5,700, who's going to get a little bit of a bump with no Tatum. Going to get more shots. Now, hopefully, Brown is small forward eligible. He is small. Okay, so we have Jaylen Brown and at power forward. I like Randall if there's no Brunson. I like Mobley if there's no Jared Allen. Jaren Jackson looks really good at 7K. He's a little bit underpriced. Um, So once again, let me repeat. So I like Milton if there's no Embiid. I like Smart because there's no Tatum. I like Brown because there's no Tatum. Jaron Jackson is a little bit too cheap. Steven Adams is a little bit too cheap. Let's jump to FanDuel. Let's go on and get out of here. Trying to make these videos quick because I know it's the holiday vacation for some of you guys. I got you guys don't have all day to be um watching DFS videos, so I'm gonna make this quick. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for watching. Um, please subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up. I really appreciate it. If you need help cashing, you're struggling this NBA season, no problem. I can help you. I can send you my updated optimal lineups right before lock. I can build you your own lineups for DraftKings, FanDuel, SuperDraft, or Yahoo. Whatever you need, all you got to do, check out my Patreon, linked in the description, or you could DM me on Twitter, and we'll get you situated. Let's look at 5 guys I like on FanDuel, and let's get out of here. All right, FanDuel, I still like Milton, 7K. Mind you, I need Embiid to be out. And the reason I keep saying that is because sometimes people don't watch the video. They just see the picks and then they throw in comments that don't make any sense, that they would understand my picks if they had watched the video. So that's why I keep repeating it, the same thing over and over again to make sure that, you know. So Milton, if there's no Embiid, 7K. Derek White, Marcus Smart, Brogdon. I like all 3. They all get bumps with no Tatum. I like Derek White on FanDuel at 6K. He's fine. Jaylen Brown, self-explanatory, no Tatum. Giannis, it's a 6-game slate. He's only 12K. You'll take 60 fantasy points. And with all the injuries in the small forward and power forward spots, I'd rather just pay up for Giannis, and whoever ends up starting at small forward or power forward for an injured starter, then we could just put them in as value. So we should be able to get to Giannis rather easy on this slate. And I got Adams, who's a little bit underpriced, with a little bit of a decent ceiling, and could pay this off. And we've seen Steven Adams pay off his salary in one half. We've seen it before. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking for. So listen, once again, thank you for watching. I'm gonna go let y'all guys get back to y'all pumpkin pie, and I'm gonna go on and get out of here myself. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.